Good morning. Welcome to our thought for this day, this Wednesday, the 17th of June. Our reading this morning is taken from Luke 12, starting at the 22nd verse. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. Life is more than food, and the body more than clothes. Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable are you than the birds? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? Consider how the lilies grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, how much more will he clothe you, O you of little faith? And do not set your heart on what you will eat or drink. Do not worry about it. For the pagan world runs after such things, and your Father knows that you need them. But seek his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well." Jesus said, "Do not worry about your life." That's a stunning sentence to have said to us or to hear in the middle of a frightening pandemic. Does he not know what we are all facing? The daily news feed and the soaring death toll all feeds our anxiety. The fear is sort of palpable in society. If that was not enough, it seems that on many fronts, many businesses are facing economic ruin, and especially small businesses. These words of Jesus and those that follow are often quoted. They are beautiful and bring to mind the breadth and self-sustaining beauty of nature. They've stood the test of time. So why do we return to them and quote these beautiful words? All about being under God's control and profound care for us. Even in Jesus' day, there were many facing existential problems, or should I say the perennial problems of starvation and having enough to live on. Most of his hearers had only just enough to live on, and certainly not more than that. Many had only a single tunic. In the West today, we almost have the opposite extreme, especially living in Hampshire. Even before COVID-19 arrived, anxiety was a killer in itself. Stress could cause disease, and worrying about worrying is a danger and a spiral that many are caught in. As is true of so much of what Jesus teaches, like this goes to the core or heart of where we're at. His warnings and commands go to the roots of the people's problems. The problem about anxiety, or what is really about who is sovereign, who is sovereign in our lives. The kingdom of God is about God's sovereign rule sweeping the world with his love and power, so that all of us that are made in his image, each one and everyone loved so dearly, can relax in the knowledge that God is in control, despite the mayhem we may find or see around us. Talking about the birds and flowers is not intended to stimulate romantic mysticism, but to drive us towards the crucial understanding that God the Creator loves to give good gifts, loves to give you the kingdom, loves to bring his sovereign care and rescue right to your own door. If we worship a God who is distant or removed, or simple nature gods without personhood of their own, then you'll remain worried. But if God, who is loving, our loving Father, calls you his child, what is it there to stop you trusting him? Let us all use the beauty of nature to remind us of our loving Father who cares as much for us as he does for the smallest bird. I might feel anxious and downcast, but then let me take a look outside at the starry host or at the birds and flowers and be embraced by the extravagant beauty and gorgeous detail. So if prayer seems impossible, I put on my coat and go outside and call on Jesus, who told me to consider the lilies. The invitation of Jesus draws me back to himself and the wonder of his creation and the Father's love for each one of us. And this reminds me that he is listening and cares. Today, may you all find yourselves able to talk with Jesus, who intercedes for all of us before God the Father. May you have a blessed day.